Hey, I'm Kev, and welcome to some more coverage from Season 4 of Formula Xbox. And Tier 1 visited Singapore for the only night race of the season, round 15, as well as Mr. Joker's on pole ahead of RS2M, Signo in 3rd, Legion 4th, Dan Mack in 5th, and Sam in 6th, as they were the only qualifiers out of 11. Guys, and rejoin me in the pits as I get a nose change, as I totally forgot to set the record in the opening couple of laps. And when I did, well, the screen goes black for a couple of seconds. Unfortunately for me, that meant I went into a wall, and so I had to pit for a new wing. And as you can see, it's intermediate conditions. I was having a dry qualifying, and boy, is it going to get wetter as the race goes on. But as you can see, we're on 11th now out of 11 drivers, and we're right at the back anyway. If I remember this race correctly, I was a bit cautious at the start. As you know, it is normally an instant or two happen in the first couple of corners around Singapore. It's so tight, those first couple of corners, as RSM does the fuzz out the race, and we are over 30 seconds behind Stop Matt, and now we're behind Just a Midget on that 4, as Insignia, one of the top qualifiers and one of the fastest guys in the league, retires from the race as we get our wing stuck into the wall. I hate it when it does that. It's almost like he's got magnetics in the walls, or magnets in the walls. I'll say it correctly one day. But as you can see, we're going on to the wet tyres. We are gambling on that 5 as we outbreak ourselves, lock up and go into the barrier. And once again, a lesson in don't be choosing stuff going into a corner. Do it after a corner, on the long straight afterwards, you idiot. Back markers. But as you can see, we have got the leaders coming through on the mini-map, and we totally outbreak ourselves for the left-hander. So we have to do the old 3-point turn in the Formula 1 car. No, make that a 5-point turn in the Formula 1 car, as we let the front two go past, I believe, RSM and Mr. Jokers. And as you can see, we rejoin a lap down now, and you're going to see how crucial this is for my race. As going into what was formerly the Singapore Sling, now it's just a bland left-hander, as we let 3rd place through. I believe that's Casey Legend in 3rd place, or Hickey, one of the two. They're both in a Lotus. As you can see, though, Stop Matt destroyed his vehicle, and the safety car comes out immediately. So I presume he crashed into the barrier under the grandstand right here, I believe. But as you can see, I have to stay out now, hoping that the leaders have pitted so I can regain my lap back. As you can see, it's very difficult to drive without a front wing around Singapore. Who would have thought it? But as you can see, I see 3rd place going into the pit. So I think, oh yes, the front two, they've pitted as well. I can get my lap back here. I can get back into the game. As we are 9th out of 9 drivers, we are surviving. We're getting a couple of points. But as you can see, coming to the same point at that later, behind the safety car are the 2 leaders. So I'm still a lap down, rather annoyingly. And I still have to do the opposite of whatever they do. If they're staying out, I'm going to pit because I can't drive this thing. If they are going to pit, I'm going to stay out because I need to get my lap back. And as you can see, unfortunately for me, they stay out, and so I'm going to pit, get a new front wing, get my 2nd front wing, and get some wet tyres on as we rejoin. As you can see, we didn't quite join back up to the pack, as we are 9th out of 9 drivers. I keep saying 10, but of course Stop Matt sadly departed. And so unfortunately with Singapore, that isn't an issue with Singapore. I think if you make a pit stop like a lap late under the safety car, you're not going to rejoin the back of the pack because it's such a long lap. Maybe if they slowed down the safety car during these periods, it would be a bit easier, but I don't think they will. But for F1 2014, I haven't tried yet. And so, yeah, that is a bit annoying. As you're going to see on the mini-map, if you saw at the top, we have 2 packs of cars here now, because there's a pack, the front pack, and then the pack that couldn't join up to the rest. But as you can see, we're going to let the other pack go past us, as that is Legion, I think, making a move for a podium spot, going round the outside. He's doing a Kimi Raikkonen, and look at that, he's done it nicely in the changing conditions. As it is starting to rain, it is starting to get heavier, but we're a couple of laps early getting onto the wet tyres, and really cost us, as you will see, as we're going a bit wide again here. And as you can see, we're over 2 minutes behind Dan Mack in front of us. If we get some faster laps going, we might be able to catch up to him, but it's unlikely. unfortunately, as we are letting cars through, we're letting the Red Bull through. Oh, right in the middle of a corner, and I think he clipped the warning outside there. Yeah, there's some front wing going, so I do apologise for that. I think I might have caused that a bit. It's now going under the grandstand. Someone's hit the wall. It is that Red Bull that lapped us. Oh, we are going to make our way through. I think that might have been Drastic Midget as well. I think Armstrong is like another lap and a half ahead of us. So, on to lap 10, and it's Brandon who's been destroyed by his car this time. And immediately another safety car comes out, a bit of a familiar sight, round Singapore. And so we're going into the mix. We're going to pit for tyres anyway, because I kind of burned up these tyres by going out onto the track when it wasn't wet enough, and so not enough traction, you know, when I came out the first time. But now we've got enough traction. As look at this, it has poured it down with only 3 laps to go. Unfortunately, one guy stayed out on the inters. I think this was Hickey. Unfortunately, he stayed out on the inters as he's struggling with traction. As I was being cautious the first couple of turns. I don't want to interfere with the battle in front, but as you can see, obviously struggling, so even I can make my way through, even, well, maybe because I am on the right tyres. But I'm just going to stay back here now. We'll just let everyone fight in front of me. Try and keep out of everyone's way. Look at inspecting the barriers as well. That is my job. I think I'm a barrier inspector this race. They look firm. They destroy your front wings a bit. I think they will do as you go into the wall. As Arston wins the race. Great win for him in the conditions. Ahead, I believe, of Mr. Jokers and Legion, rounded out the podium in the Williams as we cross the line in 7th out of 7 survivors of that race. And in 4th spot's Casey. Legend got Hickey. And then we have got Drastic Midget in front of us. And yeah, I am the last finisher. But I hope you enjoyed that survival fest around Singapore as it normally is. Hope it's a bit dry in the next race. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.